Hey guys, welcome back. We're working on the Allis Chalmers Model C again today. We're going to be fitting valves and getting the valves all set up and pretty much just getting the head ready to put on the block. So last time I talked about how I machined valve seats, and some of them got a little dirty since then, but we're cleaning them up and checking for fit. And you can see I got the first two done here, and I'll show you what I'm doing for that. So number one cylinder is already done. Move on to number two. So start with a valve. Make sure we get it good and clean. Make sure our seat's good and clean. And bring it over here. I know a lot of guys use chalk. I'm using layout bluing because the difference between layout bluing and chalk is I have layout bluing. So this is, I shouldn't say layout bluing, it's high spot bluing. And we use this a lot at work for fitting molds together. Same idea. We got two pieces of steel that we want to shut off on each other. This will tell us where the high spots are. So I just take my brush and I try to get it even all the way around, but that's actually pretty tough to do. But it'll still give us a good idea of what's going on. So now I just put the valve in, give it a little tap, and we'll see what the bluing says. So it comes off pretty light, but I can see I've got bluing all the way around. We're a little light on this side, but it might have just been my application of the bluing. I'll probably put a little bit more on there and try it again. Another thing you can do too is if it's light on one side, spin the valve 180 and see if it hits. That'll tell you if it's off center or whatnot. Alright, so I just reapplied bluing to that valve and tried it again, and you can see I got a little bit better pattern on there. So I'm going to call that one good. Next we're going to wipe off any crud that got onto the exhaust valve and do that one next. Check to make sure no brush bristles got on there. Not hitting it real hard. Alright. And again, my application of bluing was pretty light on that one, but you can see we have blue all the way around. One little spot that didn't get cleaned up when I machined these. Amazing how that can't see that stuff sometimes, but no, that's 4 down. I got 4 more to go. Get those done and show you what it looks like. Alright guys, some of them may look lighter than others, but it's probably due more to my application of the bluing than anything else. But you can see I got blue pretty much all the way around all of them. So picking up each one with the indicator in the mill seemed to do the trick. And for what we're doing here, I think it'll work just fine. So now I can clean up all this bluing and I'll start putting the valves in. Alright, we're all laid out to start putting valves in. I got my valves still in order. We have a new spring for each. Then we have the bottom washers. So I made a mention of these in the last video. This hole is too big for the new valve guides. As a refresher, lots of slop. Old valve guides, perfect fit. So, my idea, I mentioned last time, was, well, I'll just make 8 new ones with a smaller hole in it. Not bad. However, given the tooling I have and the lathe I have access to, that took a long time. I was going to be there all day cutting stupid washers, and I didn't want to do that. So this is what I came up with. As you can see, there's a chamfer on the back of these stamped out washers. So there's a little bit of a head on there, kind of like a flathead cap screw. Boom. Quicker to make, they work. That little flat head should retain them. I like this. However, in the process of cleaning and making all these, I did lose one of the washers. I have no idea where it went. So it's a good thing I still have my prototype. Alright, so we got our valves, springs, our lower spring seats, our new spacers and or new washer. We've got our keepers, and we've got the upper, where the keepers go. So some of these were getting pretty wore down. I'm not going to replace them. There's not enough wear that I'm worried about them yet. The only reason I was thinking about it was after watching Pete at Just a Few Acres Farm drop a valve on that MD that he just got done rebuilding. It made me nervous. But these should be just fine. So, let's start putting valves in. I already know this is going to be hard to film, but I'll give it my best shot. So I'm going to be using my valve spring compressor. So I got all my bluing cleaned off, or at least mostly cleaned off of the valve. Got our new spacer in our old washer. That on there. Spring. And the upper cap. Now for the tricky part. These springs, I don't have quite enough travel with this spring compressor, so it gets a little tricky. Got that. Keepers. Perfect. And then I just give it a quick test to make sure the keepers are seated in their retainer. Hey guys, Future Jack here. Just wanted to throw out something I noticed while I was editing this. I did put assembly lube on the valve guides before I put the valve stems into the valve guides, so don't go thinking I put them in there dry and I'm just assembling the engine like that. Oh, there it is, guys. All the valves are in. Next up, next video, start prepping and get this head on the engine finally. It's going to be a big day and I'm looking forward to it. Okay guys, thanks for watching. Appreciate it as always. Stay tuned for the next one. Maybe we'll get this tractor running one day.